Luther Campbell, aka Uncle Luke. Come on, bro. You way out of pocket for doing what you're doing right now, man. And it seems to me that you don't care. Because a few months prior, people was telling everybody about the disrespect you were doing. Towards Tariq Nasheed, anybody like that. And everybody found out you're from the Caribbean. Not to say it's a bad thing that you're from the Caribbean. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But let's keep it 100 though. You messed up by saying you're gonna be picking cotton and all this bullshit. Like, come on, dog. Let's be honest, man. What you're saying makes absolutely no damn sense. I mean, this was you 2 months ago saying fair use. This was you 2 months ago saying that you thought you were FBA and all that. Come on, dog.
Responding to Tariq Nasheed saying he is not FBA. Uncle Luke says his father is Jamaican and his mother from the Bahamas, and that he is Black American because he was born in America. He also says Tariq Nasheed is a pimp, while he is acting like the leader of the FBA. Let's check it out.
Tariq Nasheed said, "You're not FBA." No, I'm not FBA. Him too. Who cares about him? The pimp? Are you questioning me about a pimp? The guy who was a pimp?
Uncle Luke, you were running them freak shows down in Miami. Are you talking about pimping? So you hating on players in the game? I don't get your whole spew about this, you know what I'm saying? I don't get your whole spill. It don't make no sense. You were the same dude that was out there disrespecting women, putting them all on the whole freaking stuff and all that. Having them wild out. And now you got a problem with FBAs. Like, who cares about Tariq Nasheed? Not everybody messes with Tariq Nasheed. But Tariq Nasheed did coin the term. He makes up the lineage of foundational Black Americans. So why are you so angry and against that? I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's an ethnic background like all of us have. Colonized. Get out of your colonized mind, man.
The Tyreek guy who they had on social media this week, that was a pimp? Is that your leader? Is Tyreek your leader, the pimp? Hello? My mom is from the Bahamas, and my dad is from Jamaica. So no. I am Black American. I was born here. Okay? Is that okay with you? Your leader is a pimp. A P-I-M-P. Tariq Nasheed. Pimps have a way of talking women into being prostitutes. And they're talking a lot of men too. That pimp talked a whole bunch of you men into being prostitutes. Convince y'all that y'all were supporting something convince y'all that y'all was supporting something, a real movement, disguised up under reparation. Oh, it's all about reparation. It's all about reparation. The Democrats don't do nothing for us. The Democrats don't do nothing for us. We ain't voting. It's the lineage. It's the tangibles. The tangibles. 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 The Democrats ain't did nothing for us, so we ain't voting. We're holding back our vote. Look what that got you.
You have stayed with me to the end of the video. Consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave a comment below. Thank you.
How is any of the policies hurting the FBA right now? That's being put down. How? The DEI program, only 3.1% of Black Americans receive that. So I don't get Uncle Luke's whole premise. You know what I'm saying? You're really just like a drunk uncle who don't really know what. I don't get it. Because you should have a little bit more sense than that. You mad at somebody picking cotton? Shit. Shit. Because you're not a son of a sharecropper?
Had to come tap in as Luke has decided to jump out there over the past week and take shots at FBAs and our history, lineage, and what our ancestors went through once again. He sit up here, mock slavery, make jokes about it, something that should not be done, reference it in these talking points of today that make entirely no sense how he's referencing them. But if you've been watching the election, he's been very vocal about how he feels about FBAs, and he's refusing or he's choosing to act like he don't know the real. Now, we already seen what went down during the election. He was going at FBAs, taking some shots at Trademarked and things like that. And now he went up on Twitter and holding a couple spaces, talked about the tangibles when the conversation of this deportation been going on since Trump got in office and stuff like that, taking multiple shots, y'all getting y'all tangibles and things like that from FBAs. Then he posted up a post showing that Tariq Nasheed had trademarked the term FBA, which is Foundational Black American. I told you, Negroes, he's your leader. I know he's your owner. You FBA dummies getting pimped by the former pimp. Then he posted up a female who looked like she was at a carnival festival or something like that and said, you cannot look at this FBAs, keep sleeping with the colonizer. We will keep sleeping with our own. Then he says, hey, FBAs, you want the immigrants out of the country so bad because you and your daddy Donald said they were taking away black jobs. I guess you're going to go take your A in those fields and pick those watermelon, strawberries, and cotton. Wouldn't this be A backwards? Luke is very uneducated, very ignorant to this conversation, or he is very simply doing his best to be disrespectful. What he said right there is anti-black. Anytime you reference anything with slavery and say it in that form of fashion, that is an anti-black talking point. Like we gonna go back in the fields and things like that because of immigrants who are doing those type of jobs now or getting deported or something like that. Well, hey, y'all this and y'all that. No, my nigga, you don't have the right to speak on slavery in America because your lineage ain't from here, Luke. We're going to keep it all the way 1,000. And for the people who want to keep making, we'll get to that, but people want to keep making FBA be some type of cult, hate group. Tariq Nasheed owner, he trademarked the word because he came up with that term FBA on the back of Claude Anderson, who he has a relationship, who had the Native Black Americans. He said, well, hey, it's kind of being inclusive. I want to do this style of it and have this Foundational Black American thing, but If he didn't trademark it, somebody else would. We've seen how this game goes when it comes to things like this, where they'll come in and take ownership of all type of things or just trademark stuff that he is coming up with and pushing. But let's get this clear for y'all who want to play stupid. FBA is a description of a lineage. It's who black people are in America. There's 40 million plus of us here, bro. This is not no hate group on Twitter. And there are foundational black Americans who don't know what it is, but that don't mean it don't apply to them, bro. Your parents went through slavery, or if your lineage, your bloodline went through slavery on American soil, you are FBA, my nigga. There is no discussing. There is no debating. All it is saying you are black and your parents and your lineage don't come from no other country. Just like Luke reps, I think they said Bohemia or something like that, Bohemian. Bro, that's your lineage. That's your people. You rep it and you gonna let it be known you Bohemian. Just like a Jamaican go let it be known, hey man, I'm Jamaican. Just like Haitian go let it be known they're Haitian. Just like a Puerto Rican, let it be known they Puerto Rican. Just like when you talk to somebody who's African, they might have not even been born in Africa. But if their parents are African or Nigerian, Ethiopian, they're going to tell you, hey, I'm Nigerian or I'm Ethiopian, because their lineage to it is so close and they didn't come through the American lineage system. They're going to say that. But for him to reference slavery, let me tell Luke and other people who want to turn this down and try to suppress it to a hate group on Twitter, my nigga, that's never going to work. We never going to allow it. We never going to accept it. We now have the platforms to get the right narrative out there. That's the facts and the truth. And when we put the truth out there, you cannot make a percentage of people on Twitter who choose to go at y'all, say disrespectful things, and troll y'all represent 40 million plus people in America. We don't do that with any other groups. Y'all would never allow us to do that. I can't take 10,000 people or 5,000 people from another group, race, ethnicity, or a country, and they flawed and say, hey, this represents all of them. When you speak on FBAs, speak on the lineage and the facts, and y'all know this, though. The information and the facts of it is out there of what it really means. You just don't like the people that's coming at you on Twitter, and then you also don't like the fact that the truth is being called out and displayed, that a lot of people like this rhetoric that Uncle Luke is pushing right here, look down on us, mock our history, our ancestry. Think if I said that about some of his people and things like that, bro. Because without that right there, your people wouldn't even be over here, Luke, picking cotton, picking fruits and stuff in the field. And the reason why nobody wants to do that, Luke, because y'all don't have y'all knowledge and information together. They devalued that job from the beginning in this country when they had Black American slaves doing it, and slaves that were already here on this land that they enslaved, that were also black doing it and putting them into the slave trade. When it was going on, they were doing it for free, bro. So that job never got to a point where they're going to pay you to properly take care of your family. That's not our problem, my nigga. And you're not going to make it our problem and throw it off on us. Well, who going to do this now? Y'all want them gone and things like that. That's not an issue for Black Americans to be thrown on with the FBA conversation. We did that for free. And like I tell y'all hear the points they echo. Blacks, they lazy. Blacks is sorry. They don't want to work. My nigga, they called the niggas that was picking the cotton in the field lazy while they sat in the shade, drunk tea and lemonade and water. They watched they overseers whip these niggas, have these niggas working, and the man that came in with the least amount of cotton was told that he was lazy, and that was for free. He didn't get paid $1. How can we be lazy when our people built this country? How come you get to take a certain amount of people out of 40 million that are lazy and say, well, hey, man, that represent all of them? How come you get to take the bad apples out of ours and make that be what we gonna promote about them, nigga? We got homeowners. We got black businesses, my nigga. We got black affluent neighborhoods that got big cribs out here in H-Town for sure. And this ain't the only city where that go on there. We got black people graduating college, dog. FBA, we gonna call it for what it is. Foundational Black Americans. Lucas with this anti-black conversation right here. And you just letting it be known how you really feel about niggas to even reference slavery or picking cotton on anything when it comes to Black Americans, my nigga. That's our history, our lineage. And without our ancestors, people are not here. You need to accept that, Luke. Our people fought for everybody to be able to come over here from every country. We didn't say just only Black Americans. We said everybody. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the other leaders who don't get mentioned, is so many of them. The other people who put their life on the line, they fought for equal rights for everybody. And for y'all to come over here and mock the slavery days and talk disrespectful about FBAs, bro, you disrespecting the reason why you even over here, nigga. The white supremacists didn't want you niggas over here. We the ones that be welcoming to everybody. We don't have that over tribalistic mindset like y'all do. So we gonna knock that off. We not letting nobody push the false narrative. And like I said before, I'm a nigga that was raised, always respect my elders. And that's just how I came up. So I do that. But when you an elder or you supposed to be an OG and you getting out of pocket, we gonna make a younger nigga call. We'll make that younger nigga call on the OG that he's out of pocket, he's out of line, he's chosen to push a false pretense and negative concept about my people, bro, and my lineage and my history. Keep slavery references and jokes out of y'all mouth. Y'all people did not go through that. Y'all, that is not y'all lineage in America. The slavery over here is what got y'all over here. If that's the case, if everything is so bad over here, why don't y'all go back to it? So stop dissing our people, bro. Because without our people, you not over here, nigga. The white man didn't want y'all niggas over here.
Real,
know that.
That's
don't call Donald Trump nobody daddy, because let's be 1,000. The Democratic Party was never going to do anything specifically for Black people in America. So stop the talk and the false stuff. And if you feel like I'm a Trump supporter or I voted for Trump, because I did not, what you need to do is put in the comment section, what have the Democratic Party did specifically for Black people in these past 60 years that we've been giving them our votes, and I'll wait.
Facts. Salute to General Seti. He got a good take on it too. I ain't gonna play Seti right now. But it just goes to show y'all, it's ignorance at its finest. So he says, FBA, what y'all gonna do? You wanted the immigrants out of the country so bad because you and your daddy Donald said they were taking away Black jobs. I guess you're gonna take your ass in those fields and pick those watermelons, strawberries, and cotton. Wouldn't this be ass backwards? So why would you want immigrants to come to the country to do jobs like that? Wouldn't they fare better if they stayed in their countries and built it up? Like, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. You ass backwards, sitting in Miami talking like that in the comfort of your own home.
All right.
That shit is retarded. That don't make no sense. And then you're gonna act like what you saying is some profound shit. You realize that they're taking the jobs and working for lesser pay, so it's bringing down the economy as well. Yeah, I realize that, right? It's all about the man. It's all
Who is on goof troop right now?
people ain't out here slaving willingly. That shit is not cool. That's not the real deal. That's not how it's supposed to be. So let's go with Rock Ness Monster. He gonna break it down too. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Luke disrespect FBA and sounded wild, hateful. Facts. I want y'all to hear what Rock had to say. You know, salute to Rock Ness Monster Nation. You're
Pause. Let's start off by saying it hurts me that I try to give, well, not that I tried to, but I gave Fat Joe a certain amount of grace for his FBA comments. That I don't feel like I can give that to Luke. I felt like Fat Joe didn't know. I feel like Luke is either playing stupid or he knows. I mean, like, I feel like he knows, basically. Like, he's either playing stupid or he he for real. Nah, he know, B. Even if he don't know, he's being wild, disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Let me run through this again, because I know a lot of people don't know. FBA is a description, right? Foundational Black Americans. If you can trace one of your parents to slavery, you fall under the category. Just like if you can trace your birth date to November between the dates of October and November, then you're a Scorpio. You can't join in. You can't get out. You can't drop your Scorpio flag. You can't do it. It's just to say, it's what it is, let's just say you take Scorpio or any sign and give it a new name. And people just accept it. Let's say you call Scorpios the Phoenixes. Scorpio the Phoenix. Actually, the Scorpio is the Phoenix, but that's another story. If we chose to identify with the Phoenix more, it just is what it is. You can't join the gang. You can't get out of it. Now, he goes, so he just made a whole bunch of disrespectful comments talking about FBAs, like we want all of the immigrants out the country and all of that. Our ancestors fought for all the immigrants to come in the country. Whatever. This is the thing, the level of ignorance that he spewed. Let me see some of the stuff he said. See if I could see this. Because I took pictures, screenshots, pictures over the TV. These ones. And they said something like, one of them said, hey, FBAs, no, this one, start. He puts out, I told you Negroes, he's your leader, referring to Tariq Nasheed, right? Because he put up, he posts a picture on Twitter showing that Tariq Nasheed has trademarked the FBA term or logo or whatever, right? Bro, if somebody went and trademarked the term Black people, that don't make him our leader. He could trademark the term African American all he want, Black folk. That don't make him our leader. He could start a business under the term Black folk. That don't make him our leader. You understand what I'm saying? Well, y'all do, but clearly Luke though. Then he said he posts something. He posts a picture of I don't know, an attractive Caribbean woman. You know, it's like has I don't know, a Caribbean flag in the picture from a page that says One Caribbean, and he types, you cannot look at this, FBAs, keep sleeping with the colonizer. We will keep sleeping with our own. You see, this is the reason the FBA bangers be on with what they be on. You understand? Because the general spirit of FBA is not that. You understand what I'm saying? But we all have experienced a time in America mixing with non-FBA Blacks and have felt shunned by them. Like, you know, you go to high school, like in Brooklyn, New York, where we all mixed up. You go to high school, you got some friends from Flatbush, Crown Heights, or whatever. You go around their way to cheer with them. All of their homies might rock with you, but their parents don't. some other dudes that don't rock with. Nah, it wasn't across the board, you know. And they always painted us as lazy or something or wicked or whatever the case may be. But when they were painted as such, you know, because Jamaicans came to the hood and they, you know, when they started coming up in, it was gangster. Like they would like, it was to be respect. Like, anyway, I'm slipping off the point right here. He says, FBAs, hey FBAs, you wanted the immigrants out of the country so bad because you and your daddy Donald said they were taking away black jobs. I guess you're going to take your ass in the fields and pick those watermelon, strawberries, and cotton. Wouldn't that be ass backwards? You didn't even say that, B. You didn't even say that. Me personally, I said none of that. And I don't even want to get off topic. I said none of that. We always grew up with immigrants. You understand? And we started getting dreads in our hair as American, foundational Black Americans, and then we found out what a Yankee meant. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, salute to all my Jamaican brothers, my Trinidadians, my guys, because I got homies. You know, I got homies I didn't even know was that, or you know what I'm saying? The facts. And what I'm trying to say is, FBAs that I know, we ain't got no problem with none of y'all. We only got a problem with people who have a problem with us, because you will offer that way too accepting. We don't hear that about none of y'all, nobody else. We accept everybody because, hey, don't nobody know what discrimination feel like more than us. I mean, you may be equal, but probably not equal, but not more than us. Nobody. So that ain't right. You understand what I'm saying? Come on in here. Pause, protesters, get your ass out of here. Rest of y'all, welcome to the nation. Monster Nation, that is. I'm your tour guide, your host, your landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I master the damn floor, Mr. Monster Man Rocco. What you? If you don't follow the rules. Rules are you got to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. You're trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation, then leave us a super thanks or a cash app. Cash app tag will be in the description, along with the Bandcamp link for those who rather hear me rap than to hear me yet. What else? New music out, Winter Circles out. About to shoot 2 new videos off of Crownsville. The Crownsville album is out. BCC video is out. Go indulge. Bandcamp, check out all the mixtapes. But yeah, we let everybody in. Pause. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nope, that's not true about nobody else. But here you want to sit here and act like we all the rinse out. Take all the jobs. Don't nobody want them jobs you mentioned. Let me tell you, see, a lot of races to people, you know, it's a lot of stereotypes in the world. A lot of stereotypes are negative. You know what I'm saying? You have some positive stereotypes, you have some negative ones. I remember one time back in the days before, salute to all my Haitian brothers and sisters, right? There was a time when before Haitians came up in America, they had a negative stereotype. You know what I'm saying? There's a prominent negative stereotype that they had about themselves. And one time, I think it was the Fab Five, we was in DC, and we was on the radio, and they asked us, and we was freestyling, and I said, and I'm literally freestyling off the top of the head. Freestyle is not necessarily off the top of the, for the record, right? But we rapping off the top of the head, and in the, you know, frantic barrage of sporadic thoughts that was, that was flowing through my mind, I uttered a Haitian stereotype in a disrespectful manner, right? And nobody said nothing. We continue freestyling all of it. We left the radio. Later on, I think we had to do Teen Summit. I don't know if y'all remember that show. It was some girls, some Haitian young ladies that met us there and ran right down on me, and not on no gangster nothing. They was very hurt. Their feelings were hurt. In that moment, I learned do that. Like this wasn't nobody trying to gangster me out. My ego was not like my ego was stripped from the situation immediately because they were beautiful young ladies, and they came to me hurt, not angry. You understand what I'm saying? Lesson learned immediately. If I was to see if those girls would have walked up on me guilty of the stereotype that I spewed in my freestyle, that wouldn't have helped their culture. You understand what I'm saying? You know how people say one of the stereotypes that Southern people have is that they slow. I don't listen. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. No. I know you. I know y'all wild intelligent. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that that's one of the negative stereotypes. I have plenty of intelligent friends and family members. We all got family in the South. Let's just get this. Well, all FBAs do. We all got family in the South, right? So let me just say that. Duke spewing all that stupidness don't do good for the perception of Southern intelligence. Because you sound stupid, bro. You do, respectfully. That sounds idiotic, bro. Yeah. Everybody's trying to make FBA out to be a gang. All right. You know what's funny? You know, I have a confession. One time I was having a conversation with Rusty and the good brother Brega. Brega, photographer, right? If anybody knows Brega, if Rusty, if you watching this video, show this video to Brega, because you may or may not remember Rusty. Brega probably does though, right? Because Rusty was directing the video and all this too. Brag, remember when we was talking about how we, something that Black people could do to rise up, and I came up with this idea, but this idea wasn't new when we was talking about it. I had been about it before, and I was telling you this. I'm like, yo, we got to come up with something new, and it got to be shiny. I'm like, it can't be like, we can't be the new Black Panthers, because people already feel however it is they feel about the Black Panther, whether it's whether they like, whether they with it or whether they not, whether they feel like it will work or whether it's not new. Black people like something shiny. So we need a new something, a new movement. We got to make it shiny. We got to give everybody a free chain and a slam dancer upon their admission or joining or entry. Pause. I'm like, he's like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, man, who like shit shiny. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make it a little shiny. I put a little swag on it or whatever. You get it? And we was laughing, but I wasn't playing though, right? The free chain, like a death row chain upon entry, may be a reach. It may be a little bit silly, but I'm still not playing. You would be surprised how many people wanted to be down with Rock just for the Rockefeller chain. Wanted to be down with I want a death row chain. You'll be surprised, right? You know how many people wanted a Def Jam jacket back in the days before Death Row and all that? It was a girl from my project. She You was somebody if you got seen with one of those, and she had one, and she lived in my. Where you work? You know who? I'm telling you, it's assumption. And the point I'm making is this. I was saying that, and FBA already existed, because that's what FBA kind of seems like. You know, they put a new FBA ain't nothing but a new term for Black Americans, descendants of slaves, son of a sharecropper ass niggas. That's all it is. And if it's comfortable disrespecting all of that, then nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. I'm comfortable disrespecting you. Get your ass up on out of here with the pause protesters. Real talk. But negligence, malice. If you weren't being malicious, Luke, then right now you probably having a conversation and somebody is educating you. If you were being malicious, then you don't give a damn. Right? That's you. Can't nobody tell you. But if you was on some super slow poke, no joke, if that's what you know what I'm saying? You know, if you was intentionally disrespecting the people who are probably responsible for the majority of your wealth or the foundation of your wealth, if you was comfortable, if you know what I'm saying, if that's what you want, if you cool with that, then now you get your ass up on out of here too. You understand what I'm saying? It's fun. People just like, cause it's wild. Like, all right, I'm about to end it, but I'm just saying it's wild when even if he is misunderstanding something that's funny how when you get on somebody's nerves or when they get triggered, they start all of these things. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like let's say you know somebody who's a white person. You got a white friend. You don't know that your white friend is really racist, right? And then somebody come in the crib with Ritz crackers, or somebody say a joke and it ain't funny to you, but your white friend is cracking up about it. And you like, this nigga's cracking up. And you call me a cracker, and then he call you 19 niggas. That's how you felt, B. I'm just saying, if you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 pieces more, because overall I do want. Any 5 tell you that separate is peace. So if that's how you want it, get your ass up on out of here.
Big facts. Big facts. I'm saying he ain't making no money off hip hop no more, so you feel like he could just straight disrespect. Well, you doing the same thing your oppressors doing. Talk about motherfucker picking cotton or watermelon. Kind of stereotypical, goofy nonsense is that? Come on, Luke. You could do better than that. As a 50-something-year-old, what is he, 60? You're a 60-year-old man. You got to come with a better angle, more understanding. Because it looks like you just have no wisdom. up. People go to get to America and then they start shitting on everything that built up the country to the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Then they want to complain about this. Like, well, join the fight against racism and white supremacy instead of just being out there looking lame and goofy. Like, it don't make no sense. Makes you really wonder about these cats. Like, type of dope these. I don't know. I really don't know. But I hope Luke apologizes, you know? Because I know he spoke to Tariq a few times, you know? Trying to get an understanding. I'm afraid just turn around, make it seem it's something that it's not. It's very disingenuous. If I turn for some marking that shit too, you know? It doesn't mean that the whole lineage of people has to go under that umbrella. That's the most asinine thing I ever heard. I'm sure there's a person that's of FBA descent that owns the trademark African American or whatever the case may be, you know? So it's a lot of bullshit. Black Lives Matter. It wasn't owned by no FBAs, owned by other folks. But it was a FBA plight against racism in America, you know? So run tell that. It's your boy Matt Mizzo. You know my slogan. Keep it real in the field. Forget how they feel. I'm out. Peace.